Hi everyone, a very warm welcome to all of you in lovely professional university Edu-Webinars. My name is Dalvinder Kaur and I'm your host for today's webinar. As I can see, people are still joining, so let's wait for few more minutes so that everyone can join. Till then, let me take you all on a virtual tour of our beautiful university. So here it is.
Finishes at 90 meters. He's now 23.
You're on mute.
So I'm really sorry, I was mute, sorry. Thanks everyone for watching this video. Thanks everyone for calling also. Let's talk about the responses. Is this video real or AI? This video is absolutely a real video. No AI is harmed in making this video. For the people who wants to see this video again, I'm sharing the link in the chat box in 2-3 minutes. So as I can see, everyone has joined. So let's dive into today's topic, learning beyond the classroom, BBA honors, technology and management with global immersion. Before we proceed further, allow me to introduce the experts of the day. Dr. Rajesh Verma, Professor and Senior Dean, Mittal School of Business, lovely professional university. With over 25 years experience and global exposure, he has published extensively and guided research scholars. He actively contributes to business education through research, training, and international collaboration. So now I would like to introduce the admission nominee also in this webinar, Mr. Dr. Maninder Singh, Associate Professor and Admission Coordinator at Mittal School of Business. He has an impressive academic portfolio with 11 research papers, 2 patents, and 3 book chapters. Before we proceed further in today's session, I would like to request everyone for any questions you can write in the chat box or in the Q&A box, and same will be addressed from my side in the end of this webinar. Now I'm going to hand over this session to our today's expert, Dr. Rajesh Verma, and it would be an absolute delight to listen from him. And I'll be also joining you all as an attendee, as it's always great to learn something new. Over to you, Dr. Rajesh Verma.
Thank you, Dalvinder. Allow me to share the screen. Okay. So today's session is on learning beyond the classroom, and that too with a special focus on the BBA Honors Technology and Management with Global Immersion program. So I, being the Dean of the school, welcome you all to this webinar. And I'll take you through the webinar in next 30 minutes time. But then please feel free to write your questions in between in the messages. I might see them in between, but I will take question and answers towards the end of this webinar. Though I am sure most of your questions probably would get answered during the webinar. So the webinar agenda for today probably is, I'll take it in 5 parts. I'll briefly talk about school, some industry skill requirements, and what are the expectations of industry from the student. Then I'll talk about the new age BBA program, which we are here for, beyond the classroom experience, and then question and answers, right? So I'll just briefly take you through all of these, but largely we'll talk about the program. So if I talk about the school, we call Mittal School of Business as school that doesn't just teach business, but it lets you do business. And this is not just a statement, but when I take you through the presentation, I'm sure at different stages, you'll get to know how we are actually encouraging students to do business. Now, quickly about the school, we were established in the year 2001, and probably this is the first school of Lovely Professional University, and now we have almost entered 25 years, completed 25 years of quality education in management. NRIF, one of the most prominent ranking of Government of India, Ministry of Education, we are ranked 44th in the country. We are accredited by National Board of Accreditation. Then we have an international accreditation membership for AACSB. And the Times Higher Education ranked us first in business and economics in India, whereas QS ranked us 12th in management education in the country. SkyMago, which is a research ranking, ranks us 7th in the country. We offer 40 plus different programs, starting from diploma to PhD. Around 5,500 students from all states of the country. Diversity is one of the important perspective in management education, and we have students from 300 plus students from 25 different countries, and 85% of the faculty members in the Mittal School of Business are PhD. So this just gives you a brief idea on what the school is all about, because if you are planning to join a school, I'm sure in my presentation, there would be a lot of comparative points. I'm sure because when you are keen to join a program, you are looking for the best program in the category, right? And you have to compare those programs. So in my presentation, it's not only about what we are doing, but those points can be taken as a pointer for comparison with whatever institutions you are trying to compare. And probably that's the reason I talked briefly about the school, so that you have an idea of what Mittal School is all about and what we are offering. Now, quickly, industry skill requirement, right? So what are the requirement of the skill of the industry? And probably any program which you are looking for should prepare you for the industry, or should prepare you for the society, or should prepare you for what you would be doing after your program, right? So is the program right on the track or not? Probably you understand it from when you understand the industry skills. And I'm not giving you a lot of skills. There are a lot of skills, but I largely talk about one probably, and then I give you a context why I spoke about that. If you look at, there is 154% kind of growth in the global software market, which is expected to grow year on year. 95% of the companies, they believe there is a lot of data being created, and they need people to actually manage that data. And why I'm saying this is, let us say we are speaking to each other now through this online mechanism, it is creating data. You order food on Zomato, it creates data. You watch movie on OTT platforms, it creates data, right? So you buy something on Amazon, it creates data. You attend something online classes, it's creating data. So there is so much of data around, and companies feel that this data need to be managed, right? But there are less number of people who can manage this. Whereas 52% of the managers believe that the digital transformation which is happening around us is now their top priority, right? So what I'm saying is automation, digital platforms, and other innovations, they're changing the fundamental way of how things are happening around us, right? It might be our own life, it might be a personal life, or it might be a professional life. So it is being changed, right? Now, which means that probably this new world would require new skills, right? And I only talked about one change, right? Digital, right? So there are many other changes which are happening around, but just to take this as a benchmark, and now probably there is one World Economic Forum, world's top leaders, world top scientists, they meet at this forum and they decide and they discuss what is going to happen. And they believe that by 2030, an estimated 60% of the workers globally would need to reskill or upskill. That means the skill which we have today, they need to be reskilled, or there would be some different category of skills that would come. What it means for you is, because if you take admission in 2026, you would probably be passing out at that time. So the skills probably which are relevant now may probably change during 2030 also. So what are those skills which this World Economic Forum says? There are many, but I'll only talk about two, and the top two, right? It first is AI and big data, and second is technological literacy, which means these programs, which earlier were known to be very soft skill oriented program, BBA and others, now there is a lot of technology infusion into these programs, right? So whichever program you are considering, whichever program you think you would like to take admission in, you have to actually look into whether this program provides you these skills or not, right? Now, if you have these skills now, that's fine. But if you don't have, what is the way forward? Way forward is only that the BBA program must help you develop these skills. The BBA program which you are looking at, they should develop these skills in you, right? So that's the way forward and comparative points. So I'll talk about this program now, which we are here for, which is BBA Honors Technology Management with Global Immersion. And this is a 4-year program as defined by University Grants Commission, UGC, right? So 4-year program. And this program is not a BBA coding program, right? So a lot of management people who are interested in management, they fear technology, and in technology, they particularly fear coding, right? So let me tell you, this BBA which we are talking of here is not a coding program, but it is a business program which trains you in getting that tech fluency, right? The skill which World Economic Forum said that it is the #1 and #2 skill. So we are not talking of hardcore coding in this program at all, but we are talking of business only with a lot of technology infused into it, right? And in technology infusion also, there are hardly few separate courses on technology, but in every course there is technology. For example, if we study marketing, right, how AI actually is impacting marketing and what is that skills we need to learn, HR, finance, entrepreneurship. So in every course, right, we have inducted technology. So it is not that students should not fear that this is probably a coding or tech program, but it is a program with technology fluency, right? So you'll understand how to use it. Now, the core immersion, core USP of this program is immersion. So I'll talk about the other benefits or other highlights of the program a little later, but let me take you through the program first, and then I'll explain it, right? So let us say BBA probably would have 4 years and 8 semesters, right? So the immersions which we are talking of, which means that the student, if he's first year, he joins this program, so he probably would be talked about basic skills of foundation and social tech skills literacy, right, on the campus and in the Punjab. But year 1, semester 2, he will actually go to Delhi NCR for 2 weeks to understand the business analytics and consulting dimension of the business. So he will visit industries, he'll stay there for 2 weeks He would attend guest lectures. He would do a project there. So that's the immersion of 2 weeks, right? Then in the year 2, he'll go to Bangalore, where he'll understand about startups, innovations, technology. Then in Mumbai is famous for though financial, right? You know that it's a financial capital of our country. It's also famous for Bollywood. So branding and all those dimensions, 2 weeks would be in Mumbai. Then there are 2 international immersions in year 3, which is your Dubai and Malaysia. So you understand the businesses there, right? So global business, how the global business are happening there, how the business, these are known as emerging markets, right? So global innovations. So 2 immersions in Dubai and Malaysia. And then in year 4, a visit to Hyderabad again for 2 immersions, global capability centers. And year 4, semester 8, probably it's a flexible where the student will go in for capstone internship, or if he's doing a startup of his own, then he can spend the entire 6 months on that internship. So if I quickly tell you, so that means there are 7 immersions in this program of 2 weeks each, and 2 immersions are for international, which is Dubai and Malaysia. Now, why immersion helps is that, let us say we are doing some courses in the university. Now, the practical relevance of those courses would be seen in that industry when you go to Dubai, Malaysia, or Hyderabad, or any other location you go. So you talk to the industry people, you visit industries, you do project with the live projects with that industries. So that's how this actually makes this program a very, very hands-on program, which is not in the classroom. So that's the reason why we call it as beyond the classroom, right? So 7 times you are going out for 2 weeks each, and all on all prominent locations which are popular for business, right? So your Delhi, your Hyderabad, Bangalore, all these Mumbai, they are very popular destinations for businesses, right? So you will be visiting those. Now, the another core SP is 12 months internship experience. In normal BBA program, anywhere you compare it with any other program, you will find it would have a summer internship, right? Summer training after second year. But in this program, we probably after first year, we would have 1 foundation internship. Then after second year, we will have another focused internship. And then finally in third year, the last semester, which I said, again, 6 months, you can go on industry, right? So which makes it around 12 months internship experience. So in 4 years, probably you are passing out with 1 year industry experience as intern, right? So that's a huge advantage, because most of the companies, when they hire, they generally say that students don't have industry experience. So this is the reason why we have brought in a 1 year internship experience, that before you pass out, you probably have 1 year internship experience in your hand, right? Then a lot of industry people coming. There would be mentorship and master classes. Let us say chairman of a Vivo, executive Monte Carlo, right? Or you would have seen Ravi Bhatnagar. He is the chairman of Racket. So a lot of people keep coming. So in this program also, the people like this would actually be mentoring the students and would be delivering a lot of master classes. The USP is 60% experiential learning. Now this probably, I would like to emphasize this a little bit, because the best education known in the country generally is the medical education, because they have a hospital attached to what they study. So they study and they experiment, they study and they experiment. So in management education, the industry is our lab. So more we are aligned with the industry, more we are working with the industry, more the experiential exposure. And in this program, we are saying the experiential learning would be 60%, whereas the classroom learning probably would be only 40% kind of, right? So that's the best part of this program, that it is hands-on. You'll have to work on things. If you're doing marketing, then you have to run digital marketing campaigns, right? If you are having a product, then you need to sell the product, right? So similarly, triple business accelerator, which means we are giving you opportunity during this program itself, that let us say you identify a product which is not branded. So you brand that product and you sell that product and make money out of it, right? That's the start, in the start of the program. The next year, the same product you will take online, right? Drop shipping. You create an online store, you run your campaigns for that, you generate order and you generate revenue. And in third year, you can actually establish it as a firm, right? So you pass out by actually doing these three major things, which probably runs in one direction. And finally, you can, if you are so keen about that product, that business, then you can establish a firm out of that. But along with that, we are saying this program offers dual pathways. Dual pathway means that if some of you are interested in corporate jobs, then this prepare you for placement. Whereas the way I told you that you are already doing projects, and if you want to convert that into a business, then you can actually start a company, right? So you can become an entrepreneur. So either you can go in for corporate jobs, or you can have a entrepreneurship pathway where you can probably do a lot of freelancing also. If you want, freelancing can also be taken up as a pathway here. So that's why we are calling it as a dual pathway. Now quickly, LPU experience and the experiential experience, I'll talk a little more about it now quickly. Let's say LPU would offer both kind of experiences, right? Which are very, very challenging and rewarding. One is in-class experience, another is beyond class experience. Right now, I talked about beyond class experience to some extent, where I talked about the 7 immersions, 2 weeks each at different locations, which no other program offers in the country probably. And second, I talked about the projects you will be doing outside the classroom, right? But just to give an idea, in-class experience, current news acceleration, simulations, a lot of case studies, MOOCs, dilemma situations, scenario planning, role play. These are some of very, very dynamic pedagogy, which probably we are using in the class to make it hands-on again. In the class doesn't mean that the faculty is delivering lecture. It's not like that. In the class also experiential lectures, in the class also group discussion, in the class also running the campaigns. So it is still hands-on in the class, but still a lot of hands-on and a lot of gamification. The learning is actually made fun. Learning beyond classroom and learning by doing. How? Though I have, in this specific program, I've talked about your immersions and I've talked about projects, but I'll just give you more idea on how it is beyond classroom and learning by doing. So students, which I talked about, these are the real photographs where the students actually are going to the market, identifying an unbranded product, branding it, and then selling it, right? So students are actually doing the things, not studying the marketing management course, but actually doing it. And probably they would have earned this kind of revenue, right? I'm just giving you an idea on what kind of work is going on. Then in the second, I talked about that the students would then go digital. So in digital also, you have an option of going in for affiliate marketing. And here also we tied up with the brands and you can see the kind of revenue generated by the students in the lakhs, right? Other revenue generated projects by the student, micro consulting projects, digital marketing, dashboard creation, service blueprint creation, business development, recruitment of companies, freelancing. So the students are actually not, that's the reason I said we are not a school which teach business. We are the school which allows the student to do business. So all this actually is a revenue generation activities which students keep on doing, and any business without revenue generation is not a business, right? So ultimately students need to learn how to generate revenue. Then a lot of community development projects, social media campaigns, all this is part of the training in the program. I'm not talking about anything which is out of the program. Everything is inbuilt into the program, right? Then you learn from the exporters. Your exporters come and they teach, they talk about, they do the workshops. So somebody, if you want to be an exporter, you can become an exporter. Real life projects, which I said, a lot of companies would come and give you problem statements, or the projects, and the student have to work on each of the project and solve the problem for the company, right? Then entrepreneurial opportunities, which I said we have two pathways, and the Chickles brand, which you see here, is a BBA student and who has launched India's first chicken chips, right? India's first chicken chips have been launched by the Mittal School of, so it's a chips, but chicken chips, right? So there is a lot of entrepreneurship opportunities. There is a dedicated incubation center in the campus. You have to pitch, and if your project is worth, you might get seed money for that. So pathway, I've already explained, you have a pathway where you can do the business. And so there are a lot of opportunities to do business on the campus. Then there are a lot of international opportunities also in the final year. If you wish to go abroad, you can have 6 months semester off and semester exchange program, right? So the 6 months courses which you do there probably would get into your transcript. So you don't need to do the courses which are mentioned in your program, but you can carry home the credits which probably the international university offers, right? A lot of student competitions keep on going, right? A lot of competitions keep on going. Every day, probably there would be a lot of competition in the university, but I have mentioned only those which the school is organizing. But otherwise, in the university, you would get n number of opportunities. And then one of the beyond classroom learning experiences through student clubs. And in LPU, we would have more than 200 student clubs. And all these activities which you see, which are being organized by the student clubs. So in Mittal School of Business, 30 plus clubs and student organization. In university, 200 plus. But in Mittal School of Business, these are the students who keep on organizing all the activities which I have just mentioned, right? Apart from this, we would have some other industry tie-up BBA programs, which I have just mentioned here. The features which I talked about were only of the Global Immersion BBA program, but these are some of the other BBAs which are in the tie-up with the industry. BBA Business Analytics with the Institute of Analytics UK, BBA Financial Market with NSC, BBA FinTech with Paytm, BBA Industry Integrated with KPMG and DMI Ireland specializations, Corporate Finance with US CPA, International Accounting with the UK ACC, again, very, very accounting oriented, specific global programs which we are offering. Apart from that, other BBA programs are also there, BBA Honors, BBA Artificial Intelligence, right? So just to summarize, I said I'll take around 30 minutes time, and just to summarize, I spoke about the program, and to give you a summary, the major highlight of the program which we are talking of was 7 immersion, which the student will undergo of 2 weeks each at all prominent business locations in the country and 2 prominent locations in the globe, right? And other benefits which I mentioned was 60% kind of experiential learning, and I just took you through what kind of experiential learning a student can go through. And he can actually end up starting a startup, or he can have a career in corporate, right? So that's a dual pathway. Then there would be a lot of industry people coming and mentoring and delivering lectures to you, right? But then ultimately, I also said that probably these are the pointers. You can compare these pointers with any of the BBA program which is already in your mind and see what that program can offer and how this program can be a value add to your learning. So thank you very much. Back to you, Dalvinder. I am here for any question and answer.
Thank you so much, Dr. Rajesh Verma, today's expert. So now I would request to admission nominee, Dr. Maninder Singh, to be on the screen. Over to you, Dr. Maninder Singh.
Yeah, good morning, one and all present. I hope I am audible.
You're audible, you can continue.
Yeah. Okay, so I'll be talking about the university as well as the facilities available at the universities. Majority of the part Dr. Verma has already explained you in detail. So I'll rush through those parts and explain you about what a university provides as a student at LPU. So sir has already informed you about the global immersion program. Except that also we have many other programs which are in industry tie-up, work integrated, or even with international exposure. And when we are even selecting a university, we always go for some basic factors like accreditation, approvals, ranking, placement, or even extracurricular activities. So if we talk about our university is having a NAC A++ rank, and this grade is the highest grade, which is we scored at 3.68 out of 4. We are UGC recognized university, and each and every department of our university is accredited. If you talk about Mittal School of Business, are already informed us AACSB from USA, and then if we talk about any other like agriculture, we are ICAR accredited. If we talk about architecture, we are Council of Architecture accredited, or law programs or Bar Council of India. So each and every program that is available at our university is accredited. Talking about our placement, the records has increasing year on year, and this is the total university record. If I talk about certain major placements, like this person, which was Vishnu, he got 2.5 crore package, and we had 1 crore package also that was in the BTech final year, and along with that we have 50 lakhs, 54.75 lakhs, which are record breaking packages. Even if I talk about BBA and BBA honors, in BBA and BBA honors, we have improved last year ways by ways. For example, right now we are having 28 lakhs highest package, and to last year it was only 12 lakhs highest package. So we have improved in BBA and BBA honors as well. Industry immersion part, sir has already explained you in detail. And ranks also, sir has told you about NIRF ranking of School of Business, that is 44. Overall, university rank is 31, all government and private universities of India included in this. Globally, we are ranking 5th, and study abroad option also, sir has explained you about international credit and summer winter school we have. Then some scholarships where we have a semester exchange program also, where you just have to go to foreign university and learn for the whole semester also. These are some examples of that semester exchange as well. If we talk about curriculum, sir has also explained you this in detail. Like we have a flexible curriculum where business actually means we are earning here. It is not that just we are trying to teach you business. For extracurricular activities, sports are always taken at the priority. Even students of LPU, they represented at Olympics also, and they achieved many awards like Neeraj Chopra, and even Indian hockey team got bronze. So these are some glimpse images of that particular thing. For extracurricular and things and exposure, if we talk about exposure, Indian Science Congress that was also been held at LPU in year 2019. We have a startup school, which sir also told you, and if you have a business idea, we always fund that, and that funding goes up to 5 lakh rupees also. And many renowned personalities, they visited LPU. You can see the images. If we talk about infrastructure, the video always already shown by the ma'am, and plus I'll tell you a bit more deeply about that. We have a university hospital inside the campus, and we have gymnasium inside the campus, labs, library, even a shopping mall inside the campus, auditorium, more than 2000 capacity. Then we have an indoor stadium, and this stadium glimpse, you can see that we have badminton courts, basketball courts, shooting ranges, Olympic size swimming pool. Residentials are also inside the campus, and it is ragging free. If I tell you about the LPNS part, we provide a study grant option also on the LPNS, where we say to candidates that even if they get good ranks and they join prestigious universities also like IIMs or IITs, and they rank good in our university also, so then we provide them 1 lakh study grant also, even if they don't join LPU. So this is been going from last 7 years, and we are given away around 11.2 lakh rupees in this particular event also. And this is the thing, and over 10 crores has been awarded in study grant. Right, in management we have like particularly for MBA, and then other programs also we have like engineering, medical, design, law, and hotel management also. So if students want to appear there also, then also we have this option of study grant. Particularly as per this session, we have a timeline for BBA and BBA honors, because in here LPU Nest is not mandatory actually, but it is only for scholarship. So you can take direct admission at LPU by 25th of April as the last date, because seats are limited. And test is ongoing. Even if you want to apply now, you can apply now also. And if you want to apply after taking admission, then also you can apply after taking admission as well. Right? Except this scholarship, Elfiness, we have n number of other scholarships also, like work experience scholarship. We have national level test. For example, if somebody has given any national level test, on basis of that also, if somebody is already working into a startup or having an innovation, any entrepreneurship program he is already working in, even if you work have some medals in national, international or state level in sports, or even in some cultural activities, you have got some medals. Then some social service, bravery awards, or board toppers also. I'll tell you about the board toppers in the coming slide also. Defense people and the award, they also have the scholarship. Teachers and the awards have scholarship. Often economically weaker section, single girl child, single mother, and differentially abled also have scholarships in this particular programs. The board topper, which I was telling about, is we have 100% tuition fee waive, plus the residential is also free for board toppers. And along with that, if you go with the percentage marks in 12th or in graduation, if you go for the post-graduation program, starting from 80% in 12th, you get scholarships. And starting from 70% on the basis of graduation, we get scholarships. Up to the scholarship may vary program to program. If we talk about this particular program, which we talk about the global immersion, the scholarship varies from 20% to 35%. And obviously, whenever you are looking for a career, you are exploring, we have explained you a good amount of things. Verma sir has explained you a good amount of things, but try to go for the best and be a good citizen. I'll just give you a brief idea about how you can visit our university on the website. This is our website, lpu.in. And if you go into the admission link, there is this particular program after 12th, that is Global Immersion Program. So you can click on this particular part, that is Global Immersion Program, and you can see the timeline, the eligibility, fee, scholarship, everything is mentioned here, along with the detail about what particular program is having in that particular program. For example, if you say BBA, this particular program of Global Immersion, what sir has explained us in detail, it is mentioned here also. If you want to go through in a written format, it is available here also. See all the things it is mentioned here also. So the timeline, as I've already told you, that is 25th of April. So by 25th of April, the admissions are going on, and along with that, you can appear for test. And then you can click on this particular tab, that is apply now. And when you click on this particular tab, you will have to register yourself first with your email ID and phone number. You will get an OTP, and then you will be registered. A portal will open up where you can apply for LPNest. Even you can take admission through there directly. So this is all from my side. Thank you all. If you have any queries, we are here. Over to you, ma'am.
Thank you so much, Dr. Maninder Sen. So as I can see, there's some questions from our participants. Can we take questions, Dr. Rajesh and Dr. Maninder?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, sure.
Thanks for giving me a chance to address your questions. And now let's start with first question. Parveen Akhtar is with us. Parveen is asking, how does global immersion actually enhance learning in a BBA honors program?
I think you understand it from this perspective that the entire world probably has now become one market. And the current geopolitical situations also, if you see, I can very well imagine that you would understand what US is doing, right? What other countries are doing, and how probably they are trying to safeguard their own interest, right? And all this understanding only comes when you probably have that cross-cultural understanding. So when you actually visit some country, it's an opportunity to understand how they do business, what kind of businesses are done there, right? Or even if not that, you get to see what kind of opportunities are there. If I want to do some business of export from India and I am visiting 2-3 countries, I get to understand what kind of opportunities are there. Plus, you get to understand what kind of culture is there, right? So when you are working, even when you are working in some organization and multinational organizations, you have a lot of people of different nationals working, right? So that exposure of meeting those people, talking to those people, understanding their businesses, how do their businesses, what kind of opportunities are there to do the businesses, all this exposure probably helps student to make up his mind what kind of career he actually wants to do, which part of the world he want to make his career, or whether he want to work in India only, what kind of businesses he want to do, right? All this exposure you can only get if you actually have visited some countries, or you have stayed there, you have interacted with the people there. So that's how the learning comes, right? So which is very, very difficult otherwise if you are not going on global immersions. Apart from that, the reason which I mentioned in the beginning, if you see in Mithil School of Business, I said we have, in my school only, we would have 300 plus international students. So why we call it as the best diversity, because that also gives you an opportunity in the class to sit with international students and understand what is happening there in the country. So that is one way of learning it. But the best way of learning it is you visit their countries, understand how the businesses are done there, and what kind of decision makers the people are there, how cultural factors impact their decisions there. So all that understanding probably help you in making up a global career.
Thanks, Dr. Rajesh. I hope, Praveen Akhtar, you got your answer from our today's explain. So, Dr. Maninder, Dilpreet is with us. Dilpreet is asking, do LPU provide the residential facilities also?
Yes, as it is included in our presentation also, we have residential facilities. We start from 1-seater to 6-seater, and even we have studio apartments where recently started, where we have option of hot and cold ACs as well. So that is available inside the campus itself.
Thank you so much. I hope Dilpreet, you got your answer. So let's go to the next one. Gaurav is here with us. Gaurav is asking, are there any industry projects or real world experiences included?
I think I explained it in my presentation that there can be no other program probably where you can have so many projects which we have actually included in this program. And why I'm saying this is because in every term you are going on a 2 weeks immersion, and that 2-week immersion includes visiting industries and working on a project, which means every term you are doing at minimum one project with the industry where you are visiting during immersion program. But apart from that also, back in the university, I explained there are a lot of companies which are giving live projects to the students. So it is up to the student how many live projects he can actually undertake, but there would be a lot of opportunities to do live projects with the industry.
Thank you so much, Dr. Rajesh. So Pallavi is asking a very interesting question. What makes this program different from a regular BBA course?
Okay, a regular BBA is a very generic program, right? It gives you the complete understanding of what management is. It gives you specialization options also. So it's a good program. BBA regular is a very good program. But then I told that probably what is the best way of learning? The best way of learning is to be with the people in the companies to understand how they work and then imbibe those skills in you, right? So this program offers you 7 immersions, which I said is the core USP of this program, right? And those 7 immersions means you are at 7 industrial hubs, right? For example, Delhi, I told business analytics, Bangalore, Hyderabad, Mumbai, right? So you are actually in the hub, which generally a BBA program, that opportunity is not there. This opportunity is not available in a BBA program, right? So, and plus your 2 global immersion programs, right? So international exposure, that which is not in the general BBA program, right? Your live interaction with the industry people and industry people mentoring you throughout your program, that opportunity is not there in your regular BBA program, right? So there are too many things, right? And plus, let us say, though our programs at LPU, most of the programs would be experiential, right? but then 60% experiential program, which means 60% you are doing hands-on outside the classroom. That probably a BBA program would not offer you that high level of experiential learning, right? So this program is completely different from a BBA program. And in fact, if you compare the two programs, the courses itself would be very different, right? BBA is not a technology infused program, technology fluency program. We have technology involved there, because these days no program would be successful if you don't imbibe technology. But here every course different from the BBA, and it is aligned across the immersions. So if you are going to Delhi for business analytics immersion, your courses in that semester would be around immersion, business analytics. If you are going to Mumbai being the financial capital, your courses in that semester would be around finance and branding. If you are going to Hyderabad, global capability centers, then your courses are aligned around technology and management, right? So the entire semester or the exposure is built in a way that they are integrated to each other. They are not isolated, right? So that's how this program probably is very, very different.
Thank you so much. I hope, Pallavi, you got your answer. I can surely say this answer is really good. Dr. Maninder, someone is asking, what are the eligibility criteria for students interested in this program?
For BBA, we have eligibility criteria as 12th pass with 60% marks, and they should have studied English as a subject. So as already told in presentation, LPU Nest is not mandatory, but yes, they can appear for scholarship purpose. That varies from 20% to 35%. So 60% marks is required with English subject in 12th.
Dr. Maninder, so Abhishek is with us. Abhishek is asking, what practical skills can students gain beyond classroom learning?
Okay. Go ahead, Maninder, if you want to answer.
No, sir, you can go.
You see, the way this program is designed, it is less of conceptual knowledge, more of skills, right? So probably every course is oriented towards a skill only. So let us assume we want to make a career in marketing, and that to incorporate, right? So the skill you are getting is hands-on marketing, live selling skills, then probably the digital marketing skills, and then the analytical skills, right? So it is live sales also, and it is tech-infused marketing, tech-infused branding, tech-infused, whatever you think of in marketing can be done. It is, the skills are being provided technology-wise, right? Now, and it is not only for marketing. If you are talking about finance, right, then I told you that we are visiting the financial capital of the country. So we have partnership with the Paytm also for fintech, not for this program, but overall partnership. And then that fintech comes from that, right? Finance technology comes from the understanding and type we have with the Paytm, right? So probably the finance student would get hands-on into how these payment gateways work, how these mobile and banks actually they are integrating through each other, right? So all these skills are hands-on. Second, if you take up on the second pathway, which is entrepreneurship, then you have a lot of corporate people coming and a lot of founders coming, and they're mentoring you on that. There is an ecosystem in the university, incubation center I talked about, that is actually helping you. And let me tell you, LPU offers an environment where you can take a calculated risk. And let me tell you, campuses are the best place to take risk. Once you are out of the campus, probably the risk becomes higher. But in the campus, you can still take risks. So the skills, again, are bracketed into two domains. If you're going into the corporate, you get all the hands-on skills in all the functional areas which you would like to make your career in the corporate. Whereas if you are trying to be an entrepreneur, then how do you do that? How do you run a business? Where do you get money from? All those skills probably would be imbibed in that pathway. So this program, because we are saying 60% experiential, which means it is largely a skill-based program.
Thank you so much, Dr. Rajesh. I hope everyone got their answer from our experts, Dr. Maninder and Dr. Rajesh Verma. If anyone have any questions regarding the admission, they just write on us at admission@lpu.co.in, and you can do WhatsApp chat with us. Our WhatsApp number is 985256900. I'm repeating the number. It's 985256900. And once again, thanks to our today's expert, Dr. Verma and Dr. Maninder Singh. As we come to the end of this webinar, I want to express my deepest gratitude to our experts for sharing their valuable insights and expertise with us. Your presence, enthusiasm, and active participation have made this experience truly special. Hopefully, the attendees found this webinar truly valuable and will be able to utilize the information for better decision making regarding admissions. If anyone wants to access this webinar again, they can visit our website, that is lpu.in. Under this admission, under this, you will see LPU Edu-Webinar. Then you will find the past and the upcoming webinars. And you can access this video on YouTube. So stay connected with us for future webinars. Until we meet again, with the permission of my seniors, I will be signing off this webinar. Take care and goodbye. Have a beautiful day.
Thank you.